Killer beats.
What's good? It's your boy Mike Ricks, man, part of the NFC South versus the NFL, and today is game day, baby. Let's go. I am your Carolina Panthers representative, man. I just want to talk a little bit about this game, man. Let's talk a little bit about some keys to victory, man. Seems like everybody in the nation just doesn't think we have a shot to win this game. I beg to differ. We really match up well with Tampa. I think they sneaked the game in week 2 this time last year, which they shouldn't have won. We outplayed them in every aspect. There was some calls that didn't go our way either, but we still got to make it. Christian McCaffrey got stuffed on the 4th down play. Anyway, that's in the past. We destroyed them in London. But let's take a look at going forward, man. There's some key injuries. Some key injuries on both teams. So let's just talk about it a little bit. KK Short. KK Short is going to be a guy that could be a big piece for us, man. And clog up that middle, get some push against the run, be able to stop the run, all of that. But he's going to be out. He didn't flash as much last week, so don't know how much of a impact that's going to be. Let's not act like this guy isn't a Pro Bowl caliber player. So with that being said, we're going to miss him. So we're going to have to use big guys out there. Big guys like Zach Kerr, whose strength is stopping the run. We have to use Bravian Roar. Guys like that, man. We're really going to have to stout up. And F.A. Abada will probably play some interior also. Another guy that's going to be out is Gross Matos. Gross Matos is a young guy that I said before. Didn't believe that he should have been out there starting, but I understand why. That this was like the first preseason game. I prefer Stephen Weatherly. We got Marquise Haynes. We got guys back there that I'm okay with filling in for him, especially with him being a rookie, man. So I'm not too concerned about that move as much as probably KK. But they have, in my opinion, the biggest piece, and this is the biggest piece that they're missing, man, and that is Mr. Christopher Godwin, who is their best, that's right, I said it, their best offensive weapon. It's not Mike Evans. It's not Rob Gronkowski. It's not O.J. Howard. It's not even Tom Brady. And it definitely isn't Ronald Jones. It is Chris Godwin. And let's just take a look at why I say it's Chris Godwin. So look at Chris Godwin's stats here, man. Chris Godwin has proven and shown to be a Panthers killer. Let's look at this in Bruce Arians' system, man. He has, first game, 9 targets, 8 catches for $121 and 1 touchdown with an 89% catch percentage. Out of this world. And let's look at game 2 where they got thrashed, right? All because of mostly turnovers. 12 targets, 10 catches, $151 and 0 touchdowns. Man, this guy averages 15 yards per catch. This is why I say he's such a threat, especially against us. Mike Evans is pretty much, in my opinion, only a deep threat. He can't run every route. This guy here, Chris Godwin, can run every single route, man. Every single route. So it allows him the ability to line up in the slot, the outside, catch screens, do all kind of things. So you can't pretty much mask and just be physical with him and think you're going to, get him out the game. That's not something we can do. So with him being out, it only helps us more than anything, man, because like I said, he's the most valuable threat on offense. So we take a look at what we must do with our defense, and that is stop the run. We must stop the run. I know people like, they got this pass, they got Tom Brady, this and that. Man, look, we must stop the run, because if we don't stop the run, that's going to create play action. That's going to allow them to gash us with multiple running backs, keep Tom Brady upright, which is going to delay our pass rush, all kind of stuff, man. And so we need to be able to put our finger on Tom Brady. Once we put our finger on him, you see what happened? Did y'all see what happened against the Saints game? Yeah, that tends to happen. So let's take a look at Ronald Jones real quick. Ronald Jones is their starting running back, and let's just look at what he's done against the Carolinas in his history. Now, he hasn't had many attempts. He's only had 12 attempts, 21 yards, 1.75 yards per carry. He had a touchdown. Nice little red zone run. I remember that, and I believe, that was in the London game, man. nice little run. But for the most part, man, what we've been able to do to Ronald Jones, and this is even with BA's system, because that year 2 here was in BA's system, he wasn't able to get off. He wasn't able to run the ball. He only averaged roughly about 2-point-something yards per carry. If we're able to duplicate that, we're in big business. And I get it. We do not have Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly's gone. But we do have another run stopper out there. It's not comparing him to Luke Kuechly, but Tahir Whitehead is a really good run stopper. And I think Shaq likes to play against his teams. He flies around and rocks their running backs as well. So that's going to be another key. We have to make tackles. That's most important. We have to stop the run, and we have to make tackles. The next thing I want to talk to y'all about, I know all this Mike Evans talk. Oh, we still got Mike Evans. We still got this. All right, well, let's take a look at what Mike Evans has done against the Carolina Panthers, and this is with multiple DBs, right? And let's just take a look real quick. So you got Mike Evans right here. Yes, he's a 3-time Pro Bowler. I mean, let's look what he did in Bruce Arians' system. He had 8 targets, 4 catches for 61 yards, which isn't bad. No touchdown, so he didn't get in the box. He had 17 targets, 17 the week at the last game, because that was the week after he got the goose egg against the Saints. And he got 9 receptions for 96 yards, which most of that came late in the game after we were blowing him out anyway. Remember that first pick that they tried to force? Jameis was trying to force to give him the ball because he didn't get many touches, and everybody on the planet knew that was coming, and Bradbury jumped it with his ball skills. Bradbury doesn't anticipate very well, but he's an excellent cover guy, and he's physical. So all we got to do, in my opinion, is put a guy like Rasul Douglas that has size. I believe he's like 6'2", physical, got great ball skills, ball hog that can run with him. And a guy like that can be disciplined, because Mike Evans isn't running all of those short routes. He's not going to run those intermediate routes. He's not going to kill you with the slant, get all them yards after catch. That's not his game. So this bodes well for us. Now, I will say that they do have a key player on offense by the name of Scotty Miller. That's more like Brady's Edelman, Brady's Wes Welker, Amendola type of players, and he will utilize him. Trust and believe that. So he may be the guy that gets more like 12 targets or something like that, a lot of opportunities. But I like our matchup with Axon Jackson with him. I think he's a better fit for that kind of player, those smaller, shiftier players. You get some size with a little shiftiness, a good route running, he can be in trouble. Those smaller guys he can line up with and do very well. So that's what I think with our offense, man. I mean, with their offense and our defense. I really think we're going to be able to really step up defensively. A lot of people think, oh, Tom Brady's going to have this comeback game and just going to light up the Carolina Panthers. He could. But I just believe that we match up well, especially with Chris Godwin being out, and we're going to surprise some people. So this is another thing. Another key point is you have to stick with Christian McCaffrey. I know. This team here, I'm giving this defense credit. A lot of people don't want to give them credit. I'm giving them credit. If you look at what they've done with Christian McCaffrey through his entire career, I shouldn't say that, but just look at what they've done since Todd Bowles has been there. Todd Bowles, the last 2 years, this is what he's done. Christian McCaffrey's had 16 attempts for 35 yards, 2.31 yards a carry, 6 targets for 2 receptions for 16 yards, 0 touchdowns game 1. 0. They know how to neutralize and stop C-Mac. Look at the second game. You got 22 attempts. We still stuck with it. 31 attempts, 31 yards, 1.4 yards per attempt. He got in the end zone. He had 5 targets, 4 catches for 26 yards and a touchdown. So he was able to get in the end zone the second game, which helped us out tremendously. I get it, man. You got Levante David. You got Devin White. Fast, speed, fly around, make tackles. Then you got JPP and Shaq Barrett off the edge. Then you got Ndamukong Suh. You got Vita Vea. And I think the most underrated out of this front 7 is William Golston, especially on this first, second down when it comes to stopping the run. This guy is an animal in making tackles in the backfield. So, yeah, I get it. It's probably going to be a complete uphill battle that we're not even going to be able to get anything done. He probably won't have a big game at all. But we got to stick with it. We have to stick with it because this is key. This next step is key. We have to stick with it so we can continue to get them to be aggressive. Because the way we're going to beat this team offensively is by them keying all in on 22 and I got 5 on it. Hits those big plays. And this is why I'm saying, I know y'all, Teddy's just a game manager. He doesn't know, he ain't gonna hit any big plays. He's just a game manager. All right, well, just let me give y'all some more stats on this, right? As we talking stats, Teddy Bridgewater had his best game against Tampa last year, man. Let's look at this. So he had one game last year against Tampa, and this is against Todd Bowles' system. This is what I'm comparing it with. I know it's with the New Orleans Saints. I get it. You want to talk about their offensive line? I was pretty impressed with what our offensive line did. We did not play against JPP. So that's last year. So that's something that we have to consider. But I do like our tackles in Moton and Russell Okung. And their pressures usually come from, well, their sacks usually come from their two outside guys. So this bodes well for me and Teddy. Let's take a look at this, man. Teddy Bridgewater won a game. He was 26 for 34, 76% completion, 314 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. That wasn't his fault. If you watch the film, man, it tipped off of somebody's hand, popped up in the air. Somebody else caught it, man. I think it might have been Kamara. I don't know. But and he had 5 rushes for 7 yards. But he had a quarterback rating or pass rating of 131.2 against this defense. Now, I get it. Some of y'all are going to be like, well, Vernon Hargreaves was there. He was the only reason why. Man, look, Hargreaves was getting toasted, but it wasn't like, don't act like Carlton Davis wasn't out there getting ate up either. And along with Whitehead and some of your other players. So Teddy Bridgewater manages to play well against a guy like Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles has said it, man. He likes playing against guys, and don't y'all kill me for this, more like those Cam Newtons, these one-dimensional, want to run first, pass second, that's not as accurate, got to read the defense, bam, 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 bam guys. You have a guy that's learned from Drew Brees, that's very decisive, makes great decisions as far as getting the football away, doesn't turn the ball over, doesn't make a lot of risk plays. And I think with the weapons that he has here is much better than what he had in New Orleans when he was playing with them. Because you got to think, man, they had Ted Ginn Jr., Michael Thomas, Jared Cook, Alvin Kamara, and Latavius Murray. That's what they had pretty much. Now you have Christian McCaffrey, Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. Still got Ian if he can block. We got guys that can come out there and make plays. And no, I get it. I said a name and some of y'all are like, Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel don't be doing this. Curtis Samuel don't be doing that. I want you to take a look at this field, man. When you get a moment, if you got Game Pass or just can, find a way to look at the game, Curtis Samuel went off against them, man. He went off. When I tell you he went off, he just didn't get the opportunity to get passes, man. So let's just look at what I'm talking about, because hopefully y'all can really get a good understanding of what Curtis Samuel does against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, all right? So here we go. So we got this right here, Curtis Samuel. When he plays against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, for some reason he plays his best game, especially against Todd Bowles. But we can go back here where he had his 11 targets, 88 yards. He had 1 attempt for 8 yards. So look, he got in the end zone 2 times 2018 when he played against him. He got in the end zone 2 times again in 2019. But just look at his production. He had 13 targets, 5 catches for 91 yards. Curtis Samuel was toasting their DBs last year. Cam and him just didn't have enough time and just couldn't get the ball to him for him to make plays. He also had 1 attempt for 2 yards. Let's look at the game in London. He had 6 targets, 4 catches, 70 yards, 1 touchdown and receiving and 1 touchdown running. Curtis Samuel is our X factor in this game offensively. He lines up and plays well and matches. He's a matchup nightmare for them with his speed, because one thing about this team here is they're so aggressive and they put a lot of guys up front, 8 in the box. They got their corners up and they pretty much have 1 safety just kind of playing the field. And they rely on their pressure to make quarterbacks get rid of the ball quickly so they can just fly to the ball. One thing that we have and that the Saints didn't have, not saying Emmanuel Sanders can't run, but Drew Brees is a little older, and Michael Thomas isn't a speed guy. He's a route runner. we have speed that can really, really punish this secondary. And that's why he's the X factor, man. So when I come down to it and analyze this game, I think with the Chris Godwin being out, he was the one piece that scared me offensively. And defensively, I know C-Mac's going to get stopped. We can't get frustrated. We can't go away from it early. He is going to get stopped. But we have to trust Teddy. And I believe that this game right here is the reason why Teddy Bridgewater came to the Carolina Panthers, because this game right here is going to elevate him from being just that guy of an average, okay starter, maybe backup quarterback, to people start talking about how he's a not elite starter, but one of the better starting quarterbacks in the NFL. And his name and buzz is going to start coming again. So watch out for that, guys. Like I said, I'm seeing an upset here. I'm smelling it. I'm seeing it. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Y'all can come in and bash me, do all you want, but all the pressure is on Tampa Bay, because if they go 0-2, it's going to be trouble. Well, yeah, man, once again, it's your boy Mike Ricks, man. Thank y'all for the love and support, man. Keep rocking with us. Hey, enjoy this football game. This is going to be one heck of a game, man. Hey, man, new rule out here. Let's go. No comparison. I'm out.